right, welcome everybody. Happy holidays. Thanks for joining us again on Cranking Out Crafts. Today we're going to show you how to make these cute clay impressions with Hearty clay. We will get started and go over the things that you will need. First of all, I'm using Hearty clay. Something else you may need is scissors to cut ribbon, a little bit of ribbon. You'll need a pencil or some type of tool to pierce a hole in your clay. I've got a paintbrush, paper towels, water, a little acrylic paint, an airtight bag you'll need to put the remainder of your clay in. You need something to roll out your clay. I don't have a roller today, so I'm actually just going to use one of my paint bottles. Easy enough. And then you need something to press into to make your impression. And I found this great little fern here. If you don't have foliage or something that you could find around your home, you could always come see us. We've got some great foliage that is kind of plastic that you could make great impressions with too. Alright. Oh, last, I do have a paint pen here if you want to do some cool little embellishments to add to the end. This is one of our finished products, and you can see how beautiful these turn out. We're going to do a little impression and then a little detailed work afterwards. Okay, to get started, we're going to take our Hearty clay, open it up. This is air dry, so you want to keep in mind once you open it, the portion you're not using needs to go immediately into a airtight bag or some kind of Ziploc or airtight container. So otherwise, it's just you're gonna waste it and it'll dry out on you. So I just folded it up, put it in there for now. I'll be making quite a few of these. Now your surface, you want to make sure that you have like tabletop is okay, or a plastic. If you have a, like a cutting board or something like that that may not have texture. I grabbed this amount. How big would I say this is? Maybe just slightly smaller than a golf ball. I think that's a really good amount to start with, and that'll give us enough to make an impression for this. It would depend on what your impression, what you're going to be pressing to, but I think that's a good size. So I've got a little smaller than a golf ball. I'm going to roll it into a ball. I have a square. I'll just keep rolling. Guess that's just what happens. I don't know. Okay, a little bit better. So now, and this is, just imagine if you're baking cookies. So, or Lisa, is that what we're baking? I don't know. But I'm gonna roll it out. Now I don't have a rolling pin, like I said. I'm just gonna improvise and lightly go like this, and I'm flipping it over. I actually have a paper top that I'm working on, so a little bit sticking on here. A little plastic surface would probably work a lot better, but that little bit of texture I'm okay with too. Okay, so I've got this nice shape, and it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, and I like that thickness. Now I'm going to just do a little bit of this fern. I'll actually put my Hearty clay on top of it and then lightly roll. And I'll hold this way. You really don't want it to move that much, but you want to get it to where it sticks and leaves an impression. Ooh, can you guys see that? So If it's not showing up here very well, we will be able to see it once we get our paint on it. Sometimes I've had it where my leaf sticks on it, and then you just have to gently peel it back. So that could happen. It just depends on what material you're working with. Maybe I want to do another little roll on the side too. This is just such a great fern. Just have a little guy on the side. I've never done that before. Oh, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna take a look, and while the clay is still wet, I want to make a hole so my ribbon, where my ribbon can go through. And the pencil where the eraser is, that's a good size, or you could use the back of a paintbrush even. I think that's what I'm going to use for this one. And I'm just going to poke it in there like that. I flip it on the other side as well and give it a little twirl. Oh, I like that little hole there. Okay, great. Now you can totally let this dry, but you don't have to. You can go ahead and paint on it while it's wet. That's totally okay. So I'm going to take my paintbrush, I'm going to dip it in the water, and I'm actually going to make more of a watercolor with this acrylic paint because I just want a light little wash. This color is called Phthalo Blue. This is a little bit dark. I'm going to go in a little bit. See how I've created like a watercolor wash? I could pull a little bit more blue. And then just lightly going to go over this. And you can start to see the impression. And I just took a little bit darker blue over that. And the dark blue is actually really sinking in nicely to the impression part. Oh, this one's so dainty on the side. And I just, if it's really not popping out very much, I just might grab a little bit more blue and go over the impression part. And it just really kind of pulls that deep blue into the little grooves. Loving this. And I'll just work my way around and then set it to dry. I don't like to see a lot of brush strokes, so I'm just kind of gonna try and smooth some of those out. Another little trick that you could do is, let's just even take this and do some little dabs. Oh, I'm loving that. And I'll hold it up so you guys can see it. I'm gonna go in here, and you can paint as much as you want to or as little. I wouldn't do an opaque color. I would keep it very like watercolor-ish. I'm just dabbing around to make that a little bit lighter. But keep it very subtle. And that looks great. We're gonna leave that to dry. Something else that you can do while, or once it's dry, is you could actually add a little bit of gold. And with my gold paint pen here, I just sketched a little and did a little gold edge around the side. You could actually do little gold dots on top. And then I had fun and I just started doing some designs and writing with the gold paint pen. I just thought that was kind of fun. And finally, when it's dry, you add your little ribbon, and there you have it. Cute little ornaments with clay impressions. The Hearty clay is so lightweight that you're able to hang it easily on your Christmas tree, or maybe in a window, or you could even use these as a tag for gifts. Fun and very useful. enjoyed this edition of our handmade holidays on Cranking Out Crafts. If you like what you saw today, please subscribe to our channel.